Do you want to learn how to handstand? Well, you came to the right place. Welcome to Steph's Pointe. Today I'm going to take you through a series of exercises that are going to teach you how to safely learn how to master the handstand. This is a series of exercises designed for beginners. If you're more intermediate and advanced, I will be posting a video about that shortly to help you master balancing in your handstand for a long period of time. But for all my beginners out there, this video is perfect for you to learn how to do a handstand and to do it safely with me. If you like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up at the end and subscribe to my channel. And I've got my nice, this side. Got my nice dinosaur socks on today, and we're gonna get right into our exercises right now. So first, we have to warm up a little bit. You gotta warm up your shoulders and warm up your hamstrings. Believe it or not, it is really easy to pull a hamstring when kicking up to a handstand because you kick up and you get a nice stretch back here. So if you haven't warmed up your hamstrings before you go into a handstand, bad idea. All right, so we're just gonna roll our shoulders, rolling them up and back 4 times. Then you're gonna tuck your chin down to your chest, roll down, stretching out your hamstrings at the bottom, walk your arms out, walk your arms in, just getting a little bit of movement in those arms, rolling back up. Let's talk about hollowing out our shoulders. So when you go into a handstand, you wanna hollow out your midsection by closing off your ribs. So you really wanna think of your abdominal muscles, pulling your ribs back, but then lengthening your arms so you're stretching through your shoulder to make it a flat line without spilling and popping open in your rib cage. So you want to pull those ribs in, lift the arms up and back. And then you also want to think about pressing your shoulders up to your ears. And relax down. Try that again. Press them up to your ears and relax down. Try not to bend in your elbows. Only use your shoulders. We have 4 more just like this. 4, 3, watch those ribs, make sure they're staying in. 2, and 1, and down. All right, our shoulders should be nice and warm, and we're gonna go into a little bit of some wrist stretching to stretch out our wrists. So you want to press your hands down on the floor and lean back away from them, keeping the elbows nice and straight. If this feels like a good stretch, hang out here for a second. If you need a little bit of a deeper stretch, go ahead and walk those hands forward and then slide your hips back. And flip the hands over. We're gonna stretch the other side. We kind of don't recognize how important the wrists are in handstands until you go to start practicing them, and then you're like, wow, my wrists have so much work to do when I do handstands. Okay, roll those out. Flex your wrists, point the wrists towards each other, and then flip so that your fingertips are facing each other. Put those hands down, crisscross, and we're gonna do some gentle rocks side to side. This will also stretch the back side of your wrists, and it's kind of fun. All right, flip the switch, and do it again. Rock side to side. Just warming those up. And then of course we got our wiggle worm. So we're gonna put our fingertips together, interlace your fingers, and roll your arms, just creating some movement, getting the fluid moving around in the joint. And roll them the opposite direction. All right, good to go. Your wrists are nice and stretched. We've warmed up our shoulders, we warmed up our core, and now we're ready to take it over to the wall and work on some handstands. So find a clear wall that you can work with, and I'll meet you over there. The first thing we're gonna do on the wall is you're gonna sit with your back facing the wall you're going to use. Plant your hands firmly onto the floor, and then you're gonna put one foot up onto the wall and then put the other foot up. Take your time, do it nice and slow, make sure you feel comfortable, and then come on back down. You want to be able to get your body into a box position on the wall to feel what it's like to have your hips stacked directly over your wrists. So I'm gonna walk my hands out just a little bit more so that I can straighten my legs onto the wall. So walk your hands out a little bit, press one foot, then the other foot, and see if you can get your feet in a box-like position. I'm gonna step my hands out just a little bit more. In this position, I wanna find the spot where my ribs are nice and closed, but I'm not contracting or whoa. I almost died, okay. So, I'm not contracting or arching in my spine. I am having a neutral spine with my pelvis stacked directly over my wrists. Let's try that again. So we have our hands up and our ribs closed, and we're in a nice box position. Just feel what it feels like to have all of that weight over your wrists. From there, you can float one leg up to see what it's like to have it above your head and put it back down. You can do the opposite foot and put it back down and then come on down. You'll notice why we took so much time to stretch our wrists in the beginning of this video, because it is a lot of pressure on the wrists. All right, stand on your feet and face the wall. We're gonna do a couple more exercises. Okay, another great way that you can use the wall is to actually kick up to the wall, but only if you feel comfortable doing so. So you're gonna plant your hands firmly on the ground. Point whatever foot is your dominant foot is the one that's gonna be the one you're kicking off of. So point the opposite foot, the non-dominant foot out, and you're just gonna launch up, touch the wall, and hang out there. You might have to kick up a couple times before you actually make contact with the wall, but once you feel comfortable, kick up to the wall. While you're here, again, try to make sure your ribs are nice and tight, that your whole body is in perfect alignment, and then go ahead and come back down. The closer your hands are to the wall, the better you're gonna be able to align your body. If you have your hands too far away from the wall, what will happen is you'll have to arch through your spine in order to touch your feet. And you don't want to practice in an arched position. So get those hands nice and close to the wall and kick on up and just hang out here for a little bit. Find the strength in your core, pulling the ribs in, and then come on back down. Now we're gonna move away from the wall and do a couple handstand drills in the center. Okay, now that you've felt what it feels like to have your shoulders right underneath your hands right underneath your shoulders and feel what it feels like for your hips to be directly over your shoulders, we're gonna try to maintain that position without the wall. So find a clear space, make sure there's nothing around you, plant your hands firmly on the ground, and just go into a nice tucked position. When you're in this position, I want your shoulder to be directly over your wrist. You don't want to be leaning way back like this, because then you have to push your whole body over and stack everything up. It's just a lot more going on. So you want your shoulders right over those wrists. From this little ball position, you're gonna launch up, just jump up and try to hold your hips over your shoulders just for a brief moment. So we're gonna do a little hop and come down. And try that again. Go tuck up and come down. It's okay if you can't hold it right away, but just do about 8 of these, just trying to get those hips all the way over your wrists. Ready? And 1, down, 2, down, 3, and 4, and 5, 6, 7, last one, 8. All right, shake it out, shake out those hands. And we're gonna move on to doing one leg kick-ups. Now, the reason I like to do tucks first is because it helps you to really feel the shifting of your weight over your wrists. Now we're gonna kick up with one foot, and we're gonna do it from standing. So stand on up. You're gonna point one foot out in front of you, and you're just gonna kick up to a nice float. Don't try to bring the legs together, just float the first leg above your wrists. So kick up, float, and come, back down. Kick up and float and down. We're gonna do 8 of these, so that was 2. 3. 'Kick up and float, and come back down. Kick up and float, and come back down. Make sure those elbows are super straight. You're not bending at all or collapsing in your shoulders. Okay. Switch legs. I know you have a dominant leg, but you always want to make sure that you do everything on both sides, because over time you will develop muscular imbalances if you constantly practice one side. So we're going to do the other side. And down. Kick up and float. Down. I don't really float on this side. This is my bad side. And that's okay. Everyone's got a good side and a bad side. But you want to balance those out as much as possible. The goal here is to try to find a feeling of suspension right at the top before you come back down. All right. We're going to do a couple more on both sides. And if you feel like you can suspend at the top, go ahead and try to bring your feet together. But if you kind of are falling out of it, I want you to focus more on being able to freeze with one leg down. So if you want to bring your feet together, go ahead and try, or just do the floating. We're going to do 4 on each side. So pick your nice good leg, and we're going to go up for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Switch sides. We've got 4 more, and then we're all done. 1, 2, 'All right. Awesome job, guys. All right, friends, I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure you like it and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. If you follow along with these exercises a couple times a week, you are on your way to being able to handstand like an acrobatic master, okay? Remember that you can get any skill or accomplish anything you want in life just by taking it one step at a time. Bye, guys.